Okay, hi everyone. How are you doing, guys? Good morning.
Good morning, sir.
Yeah, good morning. So, okay, hello. So, my name is Shank and I will be your instructor for this course. So, let me introduce myself first. So, guys, I'm triple CCI certified CCI in routing switching service provider and data center. And I'm having around 13 years plus experience in the networking field. I work in almost all the organizations like service provider and enterprise and work on technologies like your data centers and routing switching and service provider, all the technologies, MPLS, BGP, VXLAN and SD-WAN and all that stuff. So that's all about me, guys. Now I want you to understand I want you guys to give me your introduction. Okay, like your name, your current experience, your what is your working technology currently, and what is your expectation from this course. Okay, so any one of you can please unmute yourself and start providing your introduction. Thank you.
Hi, good morning, everyone.
Hello. Yeah.
Yeah, hi, I am 𝒍𝒐𝒒្𝒊𝒆𝒅 Mishra. So, I'm having 3 years of experience in networking. So, currently, I'm working for routing switching technology and some firewalls and data center nexus switches and those kind of technology.
Okay.
So, I'm also CCIE routing switching certified, and currently, I'm working for Local Enterprise Solutions Limited. That's all.
So you are already CCI routing switching, right?
Yes.
So then why you want to join this course?
It's just like I got the invitation message in WhatsApp, and also I was a little bit free, so I thought let's if one triple CCI guy is telling something and informing something, that might be little bit what I can read all the things, right?
Okay, great. No issues. Okay, thank you.
Hi, Gajanan Pandey here. Totally, I have 10 years experience in IT field, and my current organization is Entity Global. Here I am working as a SOC support engineer. Here I am basically managing the router switches and as well as firewall, as well as Nexus devices also. So right now I have 10x experience. Until now I am working as a L1. So I want to uh, improve myself or improve my knowledge. So that's I am going to join.
Okay, great.
Thank you.
Yeah, hi, my name is Muhammad Abdul Rahim, and I am a CCNA certified with 6 years of experience. Now I am working as a network engineer. The previous company where I was working as a Reliance Jio, it's an ISP. So there I was working as an L1 engineer. So I want to grow myself and I want to improve my skills in the networking, so that I want to join this course with the CCI.
Great. Welcome. Yes, next guys. I want the maximum interaction, guys, because again, if you want to get the knowledge, then you need to be interactive. Whatever questions you will have, we will also discuss that as well today.
Good morning,
mostly,
guys. I am Himanshu. Sorry.
Yeah, Himanshu. Yeah.
I am Himanshu Goel and I am working in the MNC as a network engineer. And I am here for learning more for the about networks and actively looking for a job change in network.
How many years of experience you have?
I have 5 years of experience in networks.
Okay. Okay, great. Okay, next.
Good morning, everyone.
Hi, good morning.
I'm Mrs. Eugene Mafavi, and I have about 4 years experience, and I'm CCNA certified. So I'm looking forward to this course to make my skills better and all as I work towards my CCNP. And currently, I've been working in networks for about 4 years, and transitioning to IT security right now. So the current role I hold right now is in IT security, but as well, I'm doing networks at the same time. So that's why I'm on this call.
Okay, great. Okay, anyone else? Okay, so as I seen from the introduction, like most of the people are, if we talk about the certification level or the level, so they are a bit like on the CCNA or CCNP stuff, right? Some of you are trying to do the CCNP, some of you trying to upgrade your skills, right? Okay, and we are having a variety of experience as well, like from the 5 years to the up to the 10 or 12 years of experience, right? So, okay, so expectation is people are asking for the upgradation of the skills, right? So you need to understand what are the skills going on in the market right now, okay? It's not about now only the CCIE or any certification, it's about the skills. You should have the knowledge, okay? Certification, if you have it, it's okay, great. But if you have the knowledge, good knowledge, then no one can beat you, right? So my courses or my classes are always only like I focus on the knowledge part mostly. Okay. So again, from this class as well, I'm gonna do that the same thing. Okay. So first of all, let me tell you guys what we gonna cover as a part of this course. Okay. So what I gonna take is 10-15 minutes. I'm gonna tell you about this course. Okay. What we gonna cover and how you can go your journey to the CCIE and all that stuff. Then we're gonna take one topic. Okay, so a topic that I have decided for today is like most of the people not able to understand how the route preference gonna happen if you are having the same route which you are learning it via different routing protocol or via same routing protocol, how the router is going to decide between them. Okay, so this is the topic that we're going to take. Again, this is just a demo class, guys. This is not a complete class. Okay, so mainly focus is about you is you need to see how I am teaching and what I am teaching. Okay, that is the main purpose of demo class. Okay, we're going to start this course on the next weekend. So today and tomorrow is going to be a demo class. Today topic I have decided, but tomorrow topic you guys, whatever you like, you can give me. Okay, so I gonna take the topic from the poll. Okay, regarding the batches and all. Okay, so this batch covers. Let me first tell you about the CCI, or I can say the course curriculum, and how we're gonna proceed on that. Anyone here who is just new to the networking field? Okay, so that means we are having at least people are know about CCNA stuff, right? Oh, that's always good for me. Okay, so let me share the screen. Okay, so I hope you guys able to see my screen, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so first of all, if we talk about the certification point of view, so Cisco certification. So entry is the first level. Okay, mostly people will not do this certification. Okay, this is just they read it with the book and you will know about the basic concept. After that, the first certification is the associate level. So associate level is basically you will have different paths. Okay, so you will have CCNA everywhere except this CCDA, which is for the design. So there are different paths like cloud, collaboration is for voice, data center, industrial is specific for the particular industry, routing switching, or nowadays it is ENT, enterprise networking, security, okay, service provider and wireless. So these are the different tracks over which you can do your associate certificate. Okay, next is your professional level of certification. So professional level is again advanced level than the CCNA. You will have all the same tracks in the professional. Okay, and then you will have the expert level. Okay, now DevNet is also there. Why I'm not able to see that here? I think, anyways. So professional level, expert level. Okay, so we're gonna now focus is on the professional or expert level as CCNA level of knowledge. I hope everyone of you is not having it, right? So Cisco Enterprise. And first of all, guys, now CCNA is not mandatory to give. So this is first of all, I am talking about the certification point of view. So first of all, the CCNA is now not mandatory to pass any professional level or expert level exam. Okay. So if you are going with the CCNP, then you need to pass one exam from the core exam, okay, which is Cisco and core exam implementing and operating Cisco enterprise network core technologies, okay, and core exam. So this one you need to pass, and then you are having the concentration exams, so you can choose any one of them. Okay, so total you need to give two exams. Okay, one is Encore and another one you can choose out of these six. Okay, so these six are what? So NRC is again the advanced routing and switching. SD-WAN is related to your WAN environment. Okay, then your designing of the enterprise network, designing of wireless network, enterprise wireless network, and automation for your enterprise network. Okay, so these many exams you are having, so you can choose any one of these from the below 6 points and 6 exams, and then this one. Okay, and it will give you the CCNP certification, which is valid for 3 years. How about we gonna cover it as a part of this course is we're gonna cover it and core exam. Okay, means the complete theory and practical part of this one. We're gonna cover it the complete theory and practical part of NRC. Okay, so these two, and then we're gonna cover it SD-WAN as well. Okay, so these three tracks we're gonna cover. Okay, as a part of this course, although that is a CCIE course, but I used to take Encore and NRC as well, because again, if you don't know this stuff, then difficult to understand the CCIE concepts. Okay, so this is all the three different tracks we're gonna cover as a part of CCNP curriculum. Okay, so those who are going for the CCNP, you can also get the benefit from this course. Okay, and if you want to go with CCI, then you can get the benefit of that as well. So now let's move on to the CCI Enterprise. So CCI Enterprise, guys, is gonna be divided into two exams. Okay, so first exam is if you want to go for the CCI Enterprise, first is you need to pass the qualifying exam, which is the Encore exam. Okay, so this is the same exam as this. You need to first pass this exam, which is a core exam in Encore. And then after you pass this, you can book your lab, okay, which is CCI Enterprise Lab. This is a 8 hours hands-on exercise, complete lab exam, which you need to give. at the Cisco office only. So there are different locations for that. And then you need to clear that one. Okay, so these two, when you clear, then you will get the CCI certification. Okay, so related to the blueprint or the syllabus, CCIE Enterprise. Okay, so this is a complete syllabus for your CCIE lab exam. Okay, we start from the switching. This is the complete switching part. Okay, after the switching part, so you guys see like this much is your switching part only. Okay, in the whole exam. But if you fail to do this switching part correctly in your exam, then mostly you will fail your exam, because your routing and all that layer 3 or layer 4 concepts is going to be depend on the switching itself. Okay, so this is what is the important information. Then after that you will have a routing part. So these are the basic or make understanding concepts of your routing. Then you will have complete EIGRP protocol, which is covered. Okay, then you will have OSPF routing protocol. Then you will have a BGP routing protocol. Then you will have a complete multicast protocol, means multicasting, which where you will have a multicast protocols like PIM and all that stuff. You will have a Cisco SDXs. So SDXs is used in for the like SDN solution, right? You will, so again, this is not a complete SDX. This is what they introduce some of the portion of the SDXs. Then you will have a Cisco SD-WAN, okay, which is again a very little portion from the complete SD-WAN, okay. And although this part, like in our training, we're gonna complete this whole SD-WAN, okay. This is the complete SD-WAN. In CCI, it is less, okay, covered. After that, you will have a MPLS. MPLS only, you will have the basic MPLS and L3 VPNs. So no L2 VPNs, inter-AS MPLS and all that stuff. Then you will have a DM VPN. Okay. Then this is of your security and your VPN over the internets. Then security stuff, all that stuff. Okay. So then IPv6 security. Then this is your system management, like all the configurations that you do in your regular day-to-day job, like SNMP logging and all that stuff. Then quality of service, which is QoS. Okay, then network services, DSCP, NAT, all that thing. Then IPSLAs. Okay, so these many stuffs, if you see section 4. Okay, so these are all the topics which you do regularly in your organization. Okay. Netting, IPSLA, capturing of packets, packet ratios, debugs, all that stuff. After that, the fifth section is going to be your automation and programmability. Again, this is going to be not big. Okay, so this is again, they introduce some of the portion from the automation. Okay, so this is going to be there. Okay, so these is going to be divided into 5 different sections, and we're going to cover it, everything, whatever is there in here in the blueprint. Okay. And my mostly focus is on the giving you the best of best knowledge related to this. Okay, so this is all, guys, related to the certification part. So any one of you having any question related to this certification only, you can ask me now. Anyone having any question before I move on further?
Sir, what is CCI written exam? Sir, what is that?
Previously, they called it as a written exam. Okay, now instead of written, it is your qualifying exam. Okay, so qualifying exam or written exam is going to be same thing. So this one. And core exam is your written exam, you can say, or the qualifying exam. So the format of it is going to be objective type questions. You will get it in this one. Okay. Anyone else? Okay. So if we clear on this, we will move forward. So now let me tell you guys what, again, just the 5 minutes after that, I'm gonna start with the topic. So what we gonna provide you, how we gonna take it. Okay. So the batch is gonna start from the next weekend. Okay. It is on the same time, which is from 9 a.m. IST. Usually I take 2 hours class. Okay, so 9 to 11, we're gonna take it on Saturday and Sunday both IST. And after that, I gonna start with the switching topic, and then we're gonna move on as per the blueprint. And I'm gonna take the complete routing protocol. So it is not like I'm gonna take Encore and RC and then CCIE. I'm gonna take like protocol wise. Okay, so first we cover the switching, then your EIGRP, OSPF like that. Okay, the training consists of both your theory part and lab part. Okay, we are having so theory. I'm gonna take it directly. I use the board on the iPad to provide you the information and knowledge. Okay, and for the lab part, we're gonna use the so network journey is having the practice workbooks. Okay, on every topic. Like for example, if I show you. Okay, so this type of way you will have we will have a workbook where you're gonna do it on our rack. Okay, so this is gonna be your layer 2 portion with different tasks, your EIGRP portion, OSPF portion, like that. Okay, your BGP portion, MPS portion. This is a practice workbook which you will get it so that you can practice the different concepts. Okay, you will get a 24/7 work, lab access. Okay, where you can access it from anywhere, anytime. Okay, and it will be there till your course end. Okay, and you will get a portal access. So all the sessions that I take is gonna be your recording. Okay, so it's gonna be recorded, and if you miss any section, you can later watch it on your own. Okay, so you will get that access as well. And yeah, so that's all related to this. So anyone having any doubt, any question related to the course and how we're gonna do it, or anyone having any issue?
Most questions perfect.
Mhm.
I have one query related to the lab part. So the
Mhm.
lab will be arranged on the rack, or how, or we can arrange it on our machine, because now with tele devices, I think it requires a lot of
Mhm.
memory and.
Okay, so what, let me tell you. So what is gonna happen is we are using, like, you can access our server, okay, where you will have the lab topology. Let me show you the lab topology as well. And it is having all the devices. Right now, what we have done is we have to reduce the requirement of the processes and memory, we have separated the portion of SD-WAN from the CCIE lab. Okay, like what we're gonna do is we're gonna have a SD-WAN complete lab, which is different from your CCIE lab. Okay, because people will want to have the CCIE lab on their laptop as well, or this thing. So you will have two different topologies. One is gonna be completely for the SD-WAN, one is gonna be completely for the CCIE. Okay, so again, both of them you can run on your system as well. But again, if you want to run SD-WAN, you need at least what I can say is 32 GB of RAM, and you need at least 8 core CPU. Okay, this is the requirement. And if you want to run this one, the CCI lab, then you will be good at 8 GB, or if you are having 16 GB, that is very good. And 4-core CPU will be enough. Okay. So this way, this is separated into two different topologies, so you can work on it. Okay. We're gonna provide you the network topology. Okay, for both the, if you want to do it on our server, that is okay. You can do it from anywhere, anytime. But if you want to deploy it on your system, okay, so we will have a dedicated lab instructor. Okay, network journey is having a dedicated lab instructor to install it on your system, but we're gonna only provide you the lab topology. Okay, so no software, nothing that you need to get it on your own. Okay, but yeah, we will help you to save, like, to deploy it on your system. Okay, anyone else? Any question? All good, guys, still here? Okay. So now let's move on the topic of further today. Let me just grab my iPad.
Shashank.
Yes.
So this CCI journey will be for how many days total?
So it will be gonna be for 2.5 to 3 months. Okay. Because again, gonna need time to provide you the complete knowledge. It is not like I just gonna go topic by like, if you want, I can cover it in 1 month as well, but mostly it is 2.5 to 3 months. You also need time to do the labs.
So across this 2.5 months, we will have access 24/7. And
Hmm.
once we are done with the course, after that, what will be the time frame for the lab accessibility?
So again, guys, mostly as the servers are overloaded, so we will finish the access. But if you need some time, more time, then you can get it like 1 or 2 weeks more access if you want. Okay. And this lab access is having the topology. Let me show you the topology as well, which is the network practice lab topology. So let me let me show you the topology, just a second.
And in between, if we want any assistant from the technical side while doing the lab, like rebooting the
Okay.
device or recreating the topology or restarting, so some person will be there at the back end.
Yes, we will have a dedicated lab instructor, but it is better why you want to recreate the topology.
Sometime due to some error in the lab
Uh,
in the
yeah, so that
topology.
will, that if any error or anything happens with a particular device, then instructor will help you. Lab instructor is
So
gonna
we
help you.
do we have any specific time frame for this instructor? Like if
Yeah,
I'm
so
free at 1 a.m. or 3 a.m. Just example, I'm in the US shift,
mhm.
so that person will be there.
Yeah, so basically it is he is available from as per the IST Indian time zone. Okay, so again, it is gonna be around from 10 a.m. to the 6 or 8 a.m. say 8 p.m. IST.
Okay.
Okay, so let me share the screen. Okay, so this is gonna be lab topology that the network journey had made, okay, which will cover all the scenarios or all the all the protocols or concepts. So if you can see, like, it is divided into different sites, where on the bottom you are having a site 60, which is for the layer 2 part. Okay, forgot about the SD-WAN devices. We removed the SD-WAN devices from this to lower the memory requirement. I'm gonna show you the SD-WAN complete topology as well. Okay, so this is gonna be for layer 2, your site number 60. Okay, then site 65 is for OSPF. Then you will have a site 80, which is for BGP. Then site number 90 and 95 is for DMVPN. Then your site number 10 and 20 is for EIGRP. Okay, then site number 50 is for different services like DSCP and all that stuff. Then you will have two different sites in the middle. So one is going to be, which is site 40, which is in the red, is going to be for your MPLS. Okay, and the site number 30 is going to be for ISIS, integrated system to integrated system. Again, guys, this topic is not a part of CCIE ENT. Okay, this topic is part of CCIE service provider, but we introduce it here as well, so that because a lot of the ISP using ISIS protocol, so just to give you the information or brief intro about it, so we added that as well. Okay, so this is gonna be for the internet access. This site is for the internet access, site number 30, and 40 is gonna be for your MPLS. Okay, so all the sites are connected to these two different providers, and they're gonna exchange the routes with each other. And let me show you the this SD-WAN topology. Okay, so this is going to be a complete SD-WAN topology, which is having three different service providers, like providers, which is one is running on MPLS, internet, and 4G. You will have the controller site, which is hosting all the controllers, and you will have different branches, which is there for your exchange of routes with each other. Okay, so this is a complete the SD-WAN course, okay, which we're gonna use it on this topology, and you will get much more concepts or understanding than the what is covered in the CCI part, okay, because SD-WAN we are taking the separate complete track of SD-WAN as a part of this course. Okay, so this is there. Okay, one more thing is related to SD access. So we're gonna cover the theory part related to SD access because equipment is not yet available. We ordered it, but it got stuck somewhere. So we're gonna cover only the theory part related to SD access. Okay. So with that said, now let me move on to the topic. Anyone else still having any question related to this? Whatever question, guys, comes in your mind, you can ask me. Okay. Related to the course fees and all that stuff, because again, you're gonna ask that one as well, which is the most important thing. So you guys can open the chat. There is a link, the WhatsApp link or the your email link, which is there, where you can contact and you can get the all the details related to fees and all. Okay, so kindly save this contacts and all, because after we close the session, the chat is gonna be removed. Okay, so now I'm gonna take the topic of the today, and after that we're gonna discuss the questions and answers related. So we will do the Q&A session. You can ask me whatever question you want. Okay, so if you want any career guidance or related to this course or whatever you want to ask, okay, you can ask. So just let me share it again, just a second. Okay, guys, I hope you're able to see my screen now. So today the topic is how the route selection is going to happen. Okay, in Cisco routers. So for example, if I give you a topology that this is R1, which is connected to R2 and R3. Okay, so these are two different routers through which R1 is connecting, and there is a network. And the same network that I'm advertising. And I'm running OSPF, okay, both side, or EIGRP, whatever the protocol doesn't matter here. So you will get, so this network is going to be advertised from your R2 towards the R1, right? And same way R3 is also going to advertise it. So now as this is the same network, so which one is going to be installed into the routing table of R1, and which one R1 is going to use to forward the packet? Can anyone tell me?
Which one have highest bandwidth?
Yeah,
That one is
slash
preferred.
24. Slash 24 will take the R3.
So the first criteria of using it is gonna be your
Longest prefix.
based on longest prefix. So anyone here who is not able to understand what is longest prefix here? Okay, so I'm asking about the people. So guys, if you not know, please tell me. Okay, do not be shy, because at some point of time everyone is gonna go start with the same process, right? So here you can see when R1 gets the prefix, it getting it from R2 with the /16 mask, and so this is from your R2, and it gets it /24 from R3. So what is here happening is you will have /24, which is gonna be more specific than your /16. Okay, because here you are matching on the 24 bits, on /16 you are matching it with the 16 bits. So whenever you are getting a same prefix from either the same, so from the different devices, then the more specific is gonna be preferred to send the packet, right? And you can have multiple prefixes which you can install it, okay? If I gonna install here the default route, then can anyone tell me default static route? So default static route. Towards both of these destination. Then which one is going to prefer?
Static.
Which one have highest bandwidth? If one interface has 100 Mbps and one interface 500 Mbps, so 500 Mbps will be preferred compared than 100 Mbps.
I think it is based on administrative distance.
Anyone else with any other answer?
सर स्टैटिक का तो ऑलरेडी 1 है ही ना, इसमें तेरी वैल्यू क्या होगा?
This specific route still will be preferred over this static default route.
So yes, guys, there is not gonna be based on bandwidth. There is not gonna be based on AD. Okay, because static route is again. So guys, after you speak, put your mic on mute. Okay, or admin, please give me the access to put the mic on mute. Thank you. So static route is again, guys, when you see the static route, you will get the /0. So again, nothing is gonna be changed. Still, you are having to learn. It's gonna go on /24. Okay, right now the point is not about AD. The point is not about bandwidth. Okay, so this is what it means by a longest prefix match. That's why you will see, like on the edge routers, you will have the default route towards the ISP. So default route is only going to be used, guys, when you will have no other match in your routing table. Then only default route is going to be used. Otherwise, it is there in the system only or in the routing table, but it only going to be used when you not have the match. Okay, so this is the first scenario or the first preference. Okay, now the second thing is again the same topology. I am using okay, so this time I am matching the prefix length, but now here I am running EIGRP and here I am running OSPF. So now, guys, you need to tell me where R1 is going to send the packet.
Sir, in
Through the
first case,
EIGRP link, R2.
Okay.
in the
Who
first
else?
scenario, instead of OSPF, if we are running EIGRP, then also it will take prefix.
Okay.
Then also
So
it will
you are
consider the prefix.
yes, because this is going to be based on. So again, I'm going to answer this question. Although the answer is yes, but I'm going to explain this in a moment. Okay. So now, first of all, tell me here in this second scenario.
So it will go with the EIGRP first.
And why EIGRP?
Now it will consider
Because,
the ID value.
because the
AD
AD
value
value of EIGRP is
90.
70.
90.
Okay. Yeah. So it's gonna now based on the
AD
AD
value.
value.
Right.
And AD value stands for administrative distance. So what is administrative distance?
How much is the trustworthiness of the destination?
And what do you understand by trustworthiness? This is a word which you get in the book only.
Trustworthiness means if my neighbor is, I know my neighbor, so I know very well neighbor how it is behaving. How
So the neighbor which is coming from OSPF is not trustworthy?
No. Trustworthiness, lowest added value is most trustworthiness and highest added value is not more trustworthiness. So
basically, this trustworthiness is basically a misleading word. Okay. So basically, if you want to say it in a simple words, the thing is your lowest AD gonna value is gonna be preferred over the highest AD value. Okay.
Yeah,
And
which
you
is
will have a
EIT
complete.
90,
Yes.
right, sir.
98 versus 110.
Yes, and you will have a complete table for your AD values. Okay, so if you're gonna see with the tables, your connected routes is gonna be having 0. Your static route is having 1, right? Static route is also having the variation. If it is static routes, you can configure via 2 way. One is via next hop and one is via exit interface. So if you use next hop, what is the AD value?
Next up, AD value 1.
And if you use exit interface,
I don't know, sir.
so you need to find it out. Okay, so this is going to be your task. If you use static route with the exit interface, what is the ID value? Okay, after that, EIGRP summary. What is the ID value? It is going to be 5.
Okay.
No, it is a summary route. Okay, not the normal EIGRP. What comes after that?
EBGB.
So EBGP is what?
20.
20.
What comes after that?
I think if you are not including MPLS, it is like MPLS 7 and 9, RSVP and LDP, then EBGP.
Then
EIGRP, I guess 90, right?
So EIGRP, but what EIGRP?
Internal.
Okay, so internal EIGRP, which is in case of 90. Then
Okay, ISIS. Oh,
before that you will have
OS.
IGRP, which is of 100, which is not used nowadays. Okay.
Yeah.
Then you will have OSPF
110.
110. After that,
ISIS 115.
so you will have this one, which is 115. And then RIP 120. Then you will have EGP, which is external gateway protocol, which is again not used nowadays.
Yeah.
140.
External
Then you will have,
EIGRP.
okay, so you will have ODR, which is on-demand routing, which is 160. Then you will have EIGRP external, which is 170. Okay, then after that,
IBGP
your IBGP
200.
200. Then NHRP is also there, which is 250. Okay. Then
What's NHRP?
next up resolution protocol used in DMVPN.
Okay.
So what else? Then you will have unknown, which is 255. There is also a default static route learned via DSCP, which is having the value of 254. Okay. So again, guys, this is going to be our AD values. So lower or AD value is going to be prefer over higher AD value. Okay. So in our scenario, if you see EIGRP, we are getting AD of 90 and OSPF, we are having the AD of 110. So it's going to prefer the route with the EIGRP protocol. Okay. Now, the third criteria is You have a scenario. Network, same network with same routing protocol. So OSPF and OSPF. This is having a cost of 10. This is having a cost of 20. Okay, so which one is going to be preferred?
R2 to R1.
Cost of 10.
Sorry,
Top one. Top
cost
one.
of 10 or cost of 20?
Cost of 10.
Okay, so basically if you talk about OSPF, OSPF is having the metric. So now this is a scenario where you will have the lowest metric preferred. Okay, and every routing protocol is having different type of metric. For example, RIP is using hop count as a metric, EIGRP is using bandwidth and delay as a metric, OSPF is using cost as a metric, right? Which is inversely proportional of your bandwidth of your link. Okay, so there are two different ways to give the cost. One is it can calculate directly with, which is inversely proportional of your bandwidth, or else you can specify the cost directly. Okay, cost directly. Okay, so then there is a formula if you want to calculate it with the bandwidth 10 to the power 7 or y divided by bandwidth in kbps. Okay, so again, the lowest cost is going to be preferred. So again, here we directly give the cost. So lowest cost in our case is going to be R1 is going to preferred the via R2. Okay, because it is having the cost of 10, which is the lowest. Okay. Now the fourth scenario is same network, same protocol, and same cost. So what is going to happen here?
CCNP.
It'll do the
Sorry?
load balancing.
Okay,
Equal cost
so it's
multiple.
gonna do ECMP, which stands for equal cost mode multipathing, or basically you can say load balancing. Although load balancing, I'm not very good with this word because balancing is going to happen with the load balancers. Here, basically, you can say load sharing. They're gonna do.
Yes,
Okay,
correct.
so your packet will go both sides. Although, tell me about the load balancing. Okay, so now let's discuss about load balancing or sharing. So if I am having source as 172.16.10.0/24. So how the load balancing or load sharing is going to happen? Will it send the packet to both the routers or will it send it to one? What is going to happen?
This per flow based on the tuples, source MAC, destination MAC, source IP, destination IP.
So again, where it goes?
It depends on the fib, right? Whichever is taken first flow. For the first flow, it will exit. Let's say it is R2, then the per flow packet, it should go there. And if there is a second flow, then it has to go to R3. If there is the tuple is the same, it will be going via R2 only for sure.
Okay. So what do you understand by per flow?
Per flow is the combination of the tuples, like the source IP. If the source IP and the destination IP, source MAC and the destination MAC are the same, then it uses the same link, which has been chosen earlier to forward the traffic. If there is a change in any of the source IP or destination IP, then it changes the flow, like it will use the next hop.
So again, guys, even if you say it here, load sharing or load balancing, but what is going to happen? It depends on your algorithm, or basically what is you are running SAF or not. Okay. If you are running, so again, nowadays Cisco routers are already inbuilt, like they are running with the SAF. Okay. So SAF is enabled by default. So what is going to happen here is when you will have a SAF, you will have by default, what is going to happen is your per destination, or you can say per flow load balancing is going to happen. Okay. So what is there is, if you are having the same IP, if you are not using port numbers in your algorithm, then what is having the source IP and source destination IP, or source MAC or destination MAC, it's gonna take the one link only. Okay. Now, if you want, you can change it to per packet load balancing as well. So what is gonna happen is, if you change it to per packet, your one packet will go over one link and another packet will go over another link. Okay. But again, it is by default, it is gonna use based on per flow, and it is better to use per flow. Okay. So this is
Sorry,
what.
sir. Sorry, sir. I'm not getting the scenario per flow load balancing.
So per flow means, for example, here I am having this 172.16.10.0, and I am having one more source, okay, which is 20.0. Okay, right now just consider one-sided only, because so let's understand that this is going to be our source and this is going to be our destination. So when your source is 172.16.10.0, so there is an internal algorithm check which is going to decide based on one link. Okay, either it's going to go via R2 or it's going to go via R3. Okay, so what is going to happen here is, let's assume that this network which is there is going to be part. So there is one more router which is connected, and this network is there on the router. Okay, so now this is on R4. So now you will have two different ways to go to R4. One is this way, another one is this way, right? So what is going to happen here is, you're for a particular source to a particular destination. So when the traffic is going originating from 172.16, if it chooses the path number 1, then all the packets will go via path number 1. Okay. It is not like some will go to path number 2 or some will go to path number 1. That is known as per flow. So now how we use the second one. So second link is going to be choose for your another source and destination. For example, if this source which is in red is going to send the packet to this destination, it's going to use the part 2 to deliver your packet. Okay, that's why load sharing is a good word to use as compared to load balancing. Basically, they are sharing the load, okay, over different paths.
Right. Thank you, sir. Thank you.
This is what you means by per destination or per flow load balancing or per load sharing. Okay, so this is what happens. So guys, these are the 4 different ways via which you can do that. Your router is going to decide the best route, okay, or route selection. But someone asked the question, I should write actually like this way. So in this case, what happened? Which one R1 choose?
Again, EIGRP.
The OSPF one, the first check is always the LPM part, and then come the protocols and reading.
What else? Anyone having any other answer?
R3 path will be selected according to the longest fixed match.
So guys, your route selection, as I told you, 4 different scenarios, but this is a preference order. Okay, so it's always gonna follow this order, which is first one is gonna be longest prefix match. Okay, so AD comes on the second one. Then comes your metric. Then comes your load balancing or load share. So this is the order. So in this case, it's gonna R1 is gonna select R3 because longest prefix match is gonna be used first. Anyone having any question, any doubt in this concept? All good, guys?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So with that said, this is the topic of the day that I need to cover. Okay, so now it's time for Q&A. Whatever questions you are having, you can ask me. Any question you want. Related to batch, related to topic, related to any career or whatever it is.
Hello, sir.
Yes.
Yeah, sir. My name is Mohsin. Sir, I did only CCNA. So, is this course will be good for me? I mean, can I cover this CCIE or I need to take CCNP first?
So I already covering the CCNP topics here.
Okay. So,
I'm
I
gonna
mean,
start. Yes, I'm gonna cover both CCNP and CCI.
okay. So, in core and in RC both?
Yes,
You
in
will
core
cover?
and RC both. Yes.
Okay. Okay, sure. Thank you.
Sir, can you take one scenario for BGP as well, like how we can manipulate inbound and outbound?
So we're gonna take the poll on the topic for the tomorrow topic.
Okay.
You can tell me about that.
Thank you.
Mohsin, put your mic on mute. Thank you. Yes.
Sir, is there any best practice to remember all this topic? Because while facing the interviews, it will be not easy to recall the topics. Like sometimes what will happen, the interviewer will ask the questions on the different topics. So is there any best practice or the best way to remember all these topics?
Okay, so first thing is you need to understand what are the interview questions. Okay, because again, if you see around 50-60% questions is going to be same in the interview. After that, some questions are scenario based. Okay, so this is the first thing. So you need to understand like what are the different most commonly used questions in the interview. This is the first thing. Second thing is if you want to remember, so again guys, you need to go through with them again and again, because again our memory can hold the things for a particular period of time, but if you do the repetition you will get it for a longer period of time. Okay. But again, as you asked, so you need to make a short notes type of thing. Okay. So short notes you can create so that it will help you. Okay. Now how to create the short notes, because when you're trying to create the notes, you will write everything. Okay. So there is a technique. Again, guys, this is not the best technique, but again, if you want, you can try it, which is known as mind map. Okay. So try to create your notes in a mind map style. And mind map is gonna help you to get the focus on the particular point only. For example, if I want to create the mind map for the topic of the today, okay, this is what I have taken. So you will have a center in the mind map, for example, route selection. Okay, and then you will have the branches. So the first one is gonna be longest prefix match. Okay, then second one is gonna be AD value. Now after that you can extend this branch as well. Okay, so AD values, then you can have multiple ADs which you can remember, like OSPF, GRP, BGP, like that. Okay, then third one is gonna be metric. Okay, and then the fourth one is gonna be load balancing. Then load balancing per flow, right, or per packet. Okay, who will do equal cost load balancing, who will do unequal cost load balancing, right? So equal cost or unequal cost, like that. So this is how you can create a picture of a topic or of a particular protocol. Pictures are easily remembered, okay, as compared to the notes which you write sequentially. Normally people will write the notes sequentially, right, in their notebook. So this way it is better to remember the things, because when you try to recall it, you will get it very easily. Okay. So this is one technique which you can use if you want to try. Okay. And mind map is having a lot of tutorials in the YouTube. So how to create it, you can see it. There are very basic mind maps you need to create. Either you can create it on your computer with the help of software, or you can create it on your direct notebook as well with pen and paper. Okay. So this is what you can follow. Okay.
Sir,
Yes.
so I have couple of questions. Initially, I didn't take the class. I didn't pick the points about the labs. So how we will do the labs? For like in core, we have a separate topology, NRC separate, or CCI separate.
So
So
again, when I teaching the course, the lab that I gonna do with you guys is gonna be for the CCI, but we are having the Encore NRC labs as well. So if you want to do, you can do the practice on Encore NRC. If you have any doubt, any question, so again, guys, there is a Slack group which we created for every course, and I am available on that Slack group. So if you have any technical query, you can ask me there. Okay, so I will help you with that. So that is what I was
so
telling.
how we will get that topology? I mean, it's online, or we can
Yes, yes.
install
So on
it.
the portal, you will get the topology, you will get the lab workbooks, everything related to your system. I already told you. Okay, so you joined late. So you need to, if you want to put it on your system, our lab instructor is gonna help you, but we only gonna give you the topology. Okay. So that's it there.
Okay. Okay, so one more question. I only did CCNA. I have no experience in this field. And so do you think this course is enough to, after that I can be like practically I can do the interview, or, in the any
Yes,
company?
yes. So you can start doing your interview from today onwards only, because again, CCNA is also the good knowledge, you will have it. You can do it. Okay, but again, after this course as well, or in between this course, you can start with the interview. So
Sir,
also I will
in-
make the interview question as for this course. So I gonna cover, because again in my 13-14 years of experience, I have taken more than thousands of interviews. So I gonna cover the most important questions which is gonna be there in the interviews.
So, do you think that we don't have, like, I don't have any experience on the real routers and switches, so like after this course, I can like have such kind of confidence that I can sit in the interview and I can maybe get a job.
Yes, you will get it, but again you need to do a lot of practice on the lab part. Okay. Because if guys, to be really frank with you, if you not do the practical part, then after 3 months, all the theory which I gonna tell you is gonna be forgotten.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah. Okay, guys. Any other question?
What will be the fee structure for this course?
Yes. So fee structure is gonna be, you need to open your chat. So request everyone to open the chat. There you will get the last chat where you will have 2 WhatsApp numbers. You can just directly ping on the any one of this WhatsApp number and you will get all the details related to fees. Okay. Next question.
So these access of the lab will be have some limitation, like for
No
time
limitation.
being it will be given.
So time is till the course ends. After that, there is no other limitation. You can use it 24/7.
Not able to understand. Like this is going to be a 2.5 months course, CCI journey.
Yes. Yes.
So after this, we will have this lab access also.
No. So total lab access is gonna be for 2.5 or maximum 3 months. Okay.
Okay.
From the course starting date. So after that, no lab access, because again for next batch we need to give the lab access. Topology I already showed you guys which network journey created. So that is for, on that topology we're gonna do the practice of lab.
So that single topology will cover all the CCNA, CCNP, both the module, CCIE with all the modules.
So CCNP and core NRC and CCI. Okay, related to SD-WAN, there is a different topology. I shown you 2 topologies. So SD-WAN we're gonna cover the complete course as a part of that topology. SD-WAN, when we start with the SD-WAN course, that topology we're gonna follow, that lab access is gonna be followed. And workbook of SD-WAN is also gonna be a different workbook. Let me show you the workbook as well. And we are having a very huge workbook on SD-WAN. It is around 40 different type of labs we are having there. So meanwhile, you can ask me the other question.
Hello.
Yes.
Yeah, I have put that if I don't have any idea about the protocols like OSPF, ITPR, EIGRP, BGP, and all, so is this course will help me, or I have to start with the different one, the basic first?
So guys, again, for any protocol, whether it is EIGRP, OSPF, BGP, MPLS, I'm gonna start it from the scratch. Okay. My expectation from you is you should be able to understand what is OSI model, what is TCP/IP, okay, what is IP addresses, okay, this basic stuff I need from you guys. Okay, at least this much you should know, right? Related to the protocol, I'm gonna start from the scratch to the every protocol. Got it?
Yep.
Yes. So basic understanding related to the what is IP, what is TCP, these basic things. What is UDP? Very basic level of thing, which covers in network plus exam or network plus, like very basic things you should know. Okay, so this is gonna be our SD-WAN workbook. Okay, which is having lot of tasks. Okay, so lab 1, lab 2, again this is going to be from the scratch. Okay, how you're going to initialize the controllers, how you're going to configure your different sites. Okay, then we go to the certificate parts, like your Windows Server 2 root certificate and all that stuff. Then we go to the advanced level. Okay, so how you configure the templates, all that thing. So if we talk about CCIE level, then it is only till lab number 20. Okay, but as a part of this course, we're going to cover it up to a very advanced level, which we're going to cover it, the complete SD-WAN exam, which is there in the complete SDN topic, which is there in the CCNP. Okay, how you're gonna configure the policies, how you're gonna create hub and spoke topology, what is application aware routing, how you're gonna configure it, how you're gonna configure QoS, how you're gonna do direct internet access. Okay, how you're gonna configure your failover over that, centralized internet access, service chaining, VPN segmentation. So very advanced topics. Okay, this is all we're gonna cover it on this topology. Okay, so this is going to be a complete workbook which you will get screenshots and all that stuff. So you will be, if you do the lab, this workbook, okay, completely, you will be very good in SD-WAN as well. Okay. So this is there.
One more question.
Yeah.
Whatever the course amount, that is including only the coaching or examination fee also, the CCNA
So
exam.
examination fee is not covered. Any of the examination fee is not covered. This is only for the classes. Okay. Anyone having else? Any other question? Okay. So guys, now tell me the topic for the tomorrow. Any topic you want to suggest me? Do not tell me the complete protocol. Okay, complete protocol is not going to be, we can take it in one class. So any topic anyone wants, or should I cover it my way?
Or DMVPN? No.
Okay, so DMVPN we can take, but again, basic understanding of DMVPN we can take, because again, DMVPN is 3 to 4 hours topic if you want to take it a complete one. Okay, any other? So DMVPN is one. I am writing it. What else, guys?
IPsec.
IPsec, what else?
So we are a flight.
VRF light, what else? That's it. Okay. So I'm gonna take all these three topics. VRF Lite, I'm gonna explain you with the very basic example, okay? And DM VPN with IPsec, okay? So DM VPN, and over top of it, you can run IPsec as well. So we're gonna cover it in the basic thing, basic part of it, and try to do it on the lab as well, okay? So this is what we're gonna decide it for the tomorrow. Okay. So anyone else having any other question before we wrap up for today?
Sir, basics on MPLS also can cover. It will be about.
Okay, so try to tell you the basic of MPLS. Okay, guys. So thank you for joining today. Tomorrow we're gonna meet it again on the same time, which is 9 a.m. IST. Okay, and we're gonna continue with that. So
I have one question.
Yes, Vala.
Do you have any pre-request qualification
For which?
For CCIE course?
For these classes you are talking about, for the certification you are talking about?
For this class.
For our class, I just need you guys to know again the very basic things. Okay, like what is IP address, all that. What is OSI model? What is TCP IP model? Okay, this is type of thing only. That's it. Nothing more than that.
Related to switching and routing like that.
Yeah, that I'm gonna start it from the scratch.
Oh.
I'm not gonna expect basic knowledge. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. So thanks a lot, guys, for joining today. We're gonna meet it again tomorrow. There is a link again, guys. Save it in the chat. If you for any course related of ECAT structure, you can do the WhatsApp on the above numbers, or you can do the emails, okay, on the 2 email IDs which is provided. Once I close the session, this chat is not gonna be visible for you. So I request everyone to take the screenshot or copy it in your notepad, whatever it is. Okay. So with that said, thank you everyone for joining today. We're gonna meet it again tomorrow at the same time on the same link. Okay. Thank you. Have a great day. Bye.
Thank you.
Thank you.